Hello, everybody, and welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and tell a friend. Welcome, one and all, to the final episode of Sister Wives, Season 19, Episode 29, Part 4 of the One-on-Ones. This is the last show of the season. Thank God it's over. This season has taken me on an emotional roller coaster, up, down, sideways, backwards, frontwards. I don't know. It's been boring, repetitive, heart wrenching, and devastating all in once. I do love that we got 29 episodes. I love it in one season. This is epic for a TLC show. Hello, Wendy's Front Yard. Hello, Steven. Hello. Jamal, what did, as a little quick synopsis of the season, what'd you think?
I thought the season was good overall. I'll be honest. When they did the little break in between, I wasn't really feeling it at first, but then I'm like, okay, what? They needed this. It needed to be a break there, so that was cool. And
Mm-hmm.
it kind of gave you. I feel like it didn't feel like 29 episodes. This is a show that did not feel long. It felt like yes, there was filler. You're gonna have filler in these long seasons, right? But the fillers weren't that bad. For 29 episodes. Like to not have bad feelings. Were there some
Mm-hmm.
scenes I could have done without? Sure. And we would have probably gone for maybe of the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
You take out all the unnecessary scenes and like some of the filler, we would have gone from say 29 episodes to maybe like 23, 24. You know, but again, that's not bad. They covered a whole lot. We actually got to see like I felt like we were watching life.
Um, at the beginning of the season, they did not put on the time warp fast enough for me. I
Right.
don't like their editing, the way we go backwards and forwards in time for creative storytelling on their part. And then when we find out that certain things were filmed post the burial,
Hmm.
and this man is still not made any sort of progress.
And he won't.
Mm? And
And
he
he
won't.
won't.
Yeah, that's true, but it's still disappointing. And I'm just very sick of Robyn and Kody coming up there, trying to spin the narrative. They're accusing others of lying on them when they are lying. But thank God we've got a new production company who's come in and rolls the beautiful bean footage and is calling them out in their lies. And they've allowed Suki. I feel she's always been asking these questions, but they've just wound up on the cutting room floor because Kody turns around to the producers and says, I'm not talking about this anymore. Can we stop here? He's been running the edit for all
Correct.
of these years with all of these lies. And he's come into this one on one telling us, showing us what they've like not allowed us to see. And I thought it was funny throughout this entire last part of the one on one. Suki kept on asking everybody, don't you want to sit on one couch again? Don't you want to sit on one couch again? I think they're teeing up the ball for next season to be the final season and forcing them to show up on one couch.
Yes. Okay.
Kody and Robyn are going to have a shit fit.
My theory is if the tell-all is all on one couch, that's the final season. They're done.
Mm-hmm. And
That's
next season is going to be that. I think it's going to be because what else do we need to see? I mean, unless they're going to show us what Wendy says. Good old Peter Mon. I saw that review and he had me chuckling. Peter said Kody outed himself and has been living inside the sister wife's closet for 30 plus years. He was spot on that. He was spot on that. I'm thankful I don't have to watch Cody's revisionist history. Yes, Steven. You can't expect anything from Kody and Robyn. They'll always disappoint. Yeah. That's why former hosts were all fired. Yep. Any notion I may have had about Robyn being innocent has been demolished, in my opinion. Wait, Steven, you really thought she was innocent?
Right?
You really thought she was innocent?
That's a lot of grace and
Never thought I'd
all.
be saying this. What do P. Diddy and Robin Brown have in common?
I have no clue.
Astroglide.
Stop it. But I do love that Christine got messy with that comment though. She had me screaming.
But wait, how Suki is gonna open up the episode telling Christine of all people, guess what? Robin says she gets the luggage rack.
Right?
Which leads Christine down the track of her her in her opinion that they were not appropriate pre-marriage.
Exactly.
And then Janelle says something about, what did Janelle say?
That is not is not in. Okay, Robin and Cody had like a year-long courtship. She said when a
Yes.
marriage is not appropriate to have a long courtship.
Yes. Yes. And then she said another thing. She was like, if I had that long of a courtship, I probably would not have married him. What is that saying about this religion?
Mm, I agree.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. My feed went out. Bear with me a second, y'all. I just want to make sure that we are, yes, we are live. Okay. Um, what else happened on this Dinkity Donk show? Other than she wants to get everybody back onto the couch again.
Oh, for me, the main interesting part was when they roll that footage about the whole monogamy thing. Could you accept me as monogamous and blah blah blah? I'm like,
Mhm.
she still and said yes,
Mm.
but she tried
I
to
was,
cover it. Listen, though,
uh-huh.
she actually tried to cover it up though. She's like, oh, I would. Suki asked her straight up, can you be a monogamous? And she said that uh that's not she said that's not what I have planned for my life. I'm like, well then she said like I would never unchoose Cody. I was I
But
was
she
like,
made a critical mistake with that.
she did.
And listen to
So,
Melody from Notes to Self 444. She said she chose Cody. I will always choose Cody. And remember what it was? Christine, I remember Christine saying it. Oh shit. Christine said, Christine always used to say, I want the family, not the man. Remember that? In their religion, you ain't supposed to want the man. You're supposed to want like the whole ideal of the family.
right.
And she got herself caught out with that. That was a big no-no. Continue. So
That
so that was a big mistake on her part. And Melody said that her father, the not the preacher, the prophet of that religion used to counsel Robyn and counseled her when she was joining the Brown family. So
mm,
I wouldn't be surprised if she, since this whole change up and everything, um, why won't let me in? Um, has been reaching out to the prophet to seek guidance, and he must have told her, um, you and him are both guilty. So no coming back for you.
ooh, yeah. I could see that happening though. But the thing is, though, here's the with them. When
Mm-hmm.
she says, "I will never unchoose Cody," and she wasn't convincing in this section. When she said, "I will always choose Cody," and she asked about polygamy, and she's like, "Yes, if I had some
Mm-hmm.
guarantees, the burning bush, blah blah blah, then yes, I would do it." But Cody's not into it, so
But
that's I'm like, I don't. I'm like, you gonna try to get this man back in polygamy? Like, I really feel that
but
because she knows.
Kody has just been ridiculous though in his vow his the way how he's like loves her and all of this stuff. Just too much. Um, it's not even love bombing. Like, I always say I want a man to love me more than I love them.
Hmm.
Yes, but his constant declarations of this godlike, heaven-like, pure love that he has, yet he does everything to demoralize her sexually, is very weird to me. And then her rebuttal is so tepid. It's 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 very strange, their dynamic, because I think that and even when she said, "I'm not going to fight with Kody like he's fighting with a man. I'm a woman and he's going to listen to me." And I'm just like, girl, if you don't shut up, because so many men would fight with you like a man and not listen to any fucking thing you got to say. um their dynamic together is very strange. It feels like she's just along for the ride, and
Hmm.
she obviously has to have something on him. There is no great love between them. um I can't figure it out. I don't see what he sees in her. I know what she sees in him.
Yeah.
And y'all can't tell me that it's a private space in the garage or office and making it always seem like it's on a honeymoon. No, it's not. I'm not buying it anymore.
Now here's the, and I want okay. Still staying on topic of Cody and Robyn. Let's jump to Meri.
Mm-hmm.
And the saying out there that Meri introduced Cody and Robyn. They
Mm-hmm.
also that didn't happen. Like he met them by chance and blah 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 blah. I'm like, why are you sitting on our screens and lying? Because the way the people said it on this documentary, they said that Robyn heard about the Brown family and was chasing Cody all around the country trying to meet him. So how is it that she was taken all around the country trying to meet him, but they just so happened to be driving by a friend and they stopped to talk to their friend, and that's where he laid eyes on Robyn the first time. What did you think about that, Jesse? Do you think they lying or the little documentary is lying?
Wasn't it in their book? They forgetting that they got a book on the shelves and 15 years of TV for us to roll back on. All of them need to get their fucking act together. And Meri, I'm going to say this again. I know I said it last week. Meri, I don't know why you persist in letting that ramen noodle bitch call you, text you, email you, and start manipulating you and changing your behaviors. Jen needs to get in there and really deprogram you. And all of this boss bitch talk you have, like, worthy up and karma and all these little t-shirts that you're putting out there. A t-shirt is nothing if you ain't backing it up. I don't know who's going to go to her and her worthy up seminars, retreats, or whatever and listen to her after her performance in this tell all. She's she's the same old Meri, and I'm done with it. She's very
And
conniving.
every time she has a chance to stand up and really be strong, she backpedals and backs down. Like, what is wrong with you?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I went to when I heard it. I need to see if I can find it. When I heard about it, I'm like, what? That's not how they be telling it. I was like, wow, wow. So the thing is, like, I am so fuzzy on the early years. I am going to go back and rewatch it from the beginning. I really am. Now, Robin and Cody, did Cody and Robin get married? They got married on the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got married on the show, right? Like during the first season or so, or something like that.
Yeah, Meri was there. Yeah.
Okay, so Cody and Robin were not married. They got married on the show. Okay, I just want to make sure I got that
I
right.
think at the end of season one, they got
Okay,
married.
thank you. Okay, thank you. What are y'all talking about? Like, you cannot rewrite this. It's on film.
Mm.
No, 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 no. And if the thing is, so y'all telling me, and I'm looking at specifically Meri, Christine. I'm gonna give Christine grace because she was still in her like I'm the lowest wife era. I'm
Mm.
gonna give her grace. Y'all gonna tell me that the courtship lasted all of season one and they got married at the end of season one, but it was inappropriate to have a long courtship. I'm gonna need y'all to do better.
No, but Janelle was spitting some facts. She said it was very inappropriate for them to be having such
Yes,
a long courtship because he's a married man.
yes. That's why Janelle. That's why I'm looking at Meri,
Mm-hmm.
and Chris. I look at Christine, but she was like I said, she's in her bottom wife, low self esteem era.
Yes.
So I give her grace.
Wendy's comment.
Yes,
Book and former tell-all said Meri introduced them and Kody was disgusted by Robyn since she'd been divorced and the kid had kids already. Yes, I thought I was crazy. I'm like, wait a
same
minute, didn't he didn't like her because she was divorced?
with kids. Yes,
I- Okay, so I'm not the only one who remembers that. Like, stop it. Meri, you failed. We already know Kody and Robyn lie, but Meri, you failed. You failed big time, and I will no longer support her. I don't care anymore. I'm just on the bandwagon with Janelle at this point.
the Earth Mother. Yes, you ride with Janelle.
She was introduced as his girlfriend, and finale was their wedding. Yes.
Thank you. Okay,
I remember that old line. Okay. Hello, Michelle Maybell. Hello, love. How are you? We officially have an international audience with our friend from the Great North, Canada, tuning in. Um,
what about
the
and what about,
lightning bolts. Oh, two of them have lightning bolts. Someone said, isn't it funny how Robyn just comes in and just copies other people's stories to make them her own. Like when she took the picture of Christine, Kody, and their kids and took it to the person, the artist, to have it redone, but with her faces and her kids put in.
yes?
And so now she's taking Christine's lightning bolt story as well. Quite interesting. Oh, hello, love. Okay, so what else happened in this episode? They talk
Oh,
about how important appearance was to Kody. I believe that. I believe that. Why does Meri have makeup permanently tattooed on her face? It
okay.
makes no and oh my god. And the one saying no he's not is sitting up there with fake eyelashes that look so horrible. Oof. Um
Janelle's an Earth Mother, so she's not
mhm.
asexual. She said, "Don't worry about that. We get over here. It's just Cody was working her nerve."
Kody was the one who put her out there as uber sexual because he said that she only wanted him for his rock hard body and six pack abs. He said that's all she wanted him for. So that's for the sex. As I can't wait till Janelle can come. Ugh. I hope she get a nice man like David who could blow her back out and really eat him up, because I want all the wives with the exception of Meri to be happy. Mm.
I do want them to put Janelle on Farmers Only though. I do want them to do that. I'm curious to see what would happen. I really do.
That painting was diabolical, straight out of a horror movie. It was. It was so creepy. You erased people and replaced them with your own family. It was just very, and backdated it too, because she made the artist make the kids younger, as if she was in the family from the beginning. It's very, very weird how Robyn operates. Just like the wives was about getting a lot of wives, not because he fell in love 3 times. Oh, yes, he did say that. He did fall in love 3 times. He needs to just shut up. I find that it doesn't, like, he doesn't think like an adult. It's very juvenile. I don't know. I couldn't be with him. Sorry. There's nothing about him that is remotely attractive. Um, he needed 3 wives to get celestial kingdom. Oh, so what do you get when you get four wives? Oh, Farmer's only with Janelle. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Mm,
I think Robin was an accident. This may be wrong, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong. Feel free. I think Robin was an accidental wife. Based on what we know from footage, she chased him so hard,
mm-hmm,
and she had 3 kids, a lot of debt. She's gonna do what she had to do. My guess is she wasn't supposed to be a fourth wife because Christine. Remember, Christine was only going to marry Cody if she was the third and last wife, and all
mm-hmm,
he needed was just 3. But then Robin chased and hunted them down,
mm-hmm.
probably befriended Meri, and just did all the tricks. And he
But
had, he was so enthralled with the tricks and the astroglide that he made her the bonus wife.
not only that, Robin knew about the deal that they were getting for the TV show.
Right.
And that's why she was chasing them. And I believe that Robin said, wouldn't it be great if you added a wife as part of the storyline for your new show?
Oh, that sounds like Robin.
I think that's why they did that.
I will say this: yours is more plausible than mine. No, I mean mine makes sense. Overall, mine makes sense. But you added the storyline, and what that does is a double dip because you get a storyline, and that makes her valuable to the family.
Who else had a vision board for her, what she wanted for her and her kids?
I
It's
don't know.
very similar to a storyboard.
True.
Hmm. She knew about that deal for the TV
Yes,
show.
and they said that too.
Wanted security. And he was dumb as a box of rocks well shaken.
And think
Rob-
about it though. She had a vision board, and her main thing is finding a man who can take care of her kids.
Mhm.
What better to have a man with a TV deal,
Hold
which is
on.
family, you can easily walk into.
Jill has an interesting comment here. She says, Robin has an obsession of not being there in the beginning. She keeps on inserting herself as if she. Um, okay, so I see you wrote it again later on. Okay, I want to take this a step further. I do agree with you, Michelle, that she has an obsession of not being there in the beginning. And I think that obsession has driven her. to remove anyone and anything, wives and children who were there from the beginning, so that she has her own beginning now. And maybe that's part of her guarantee, that she starts the family. She's the recruiter, the HR director who recruits all the bitches. And she sets the rules. She is head wife in charge. Um, yeah, I think those are her conditions, and that these women will have to keep her in the style that she's accustomed to.
Yes, agreed.
All the wives was for appearances. All of it was fake. Then Robyn played Kody like a fiddle. Yep. With only Meri getting a release, he still has three technically, which is why two need to get unsealed from him. But didn't Robyn say, Wendy, that once Christine has sex with another man, she's no longer married? Didn't that break her spiritual covenant or bond or whatever it is that they have in the church, the sealing? Didn't that break it? I hope we see Janelle go and get a release next year.
Yes.
Robyn, okay, we read that. I forgot to think about the spiritual part. I bet that you're correct. Yes. And we discussed this before. I said, she thinks that Janelle and Christine, well, not so much Christine anymore, but it was Janelle and Meri still that had that spiritual tie. Meri, that's why she stopped talking to Meri. Meri went and got the abandonment charge and released. So Meri's no more good to her. But I don't think she was counting on Janelle to come out swinging so hard on her.
No,
Because
wasn't.
Janelle has always, what was it Christina said? She's always held her cards close to her chest, or her counsel close to her chest. Like, she was a locked vault for everything that Kody used to come and talk to her about at night. Hi, So Done. You're not late. Yes, I'm mad at Meri. I'm no longer saying anything nice about Meri. I'll just stay quiet.
I, I can't defend Mary anymore. I'll just defend Mary. You know what? Give her a chance. I get it. I don't now. I don't get it. For you to sit up there and go along with that lie is just beyond ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Robyn was 10 when they started the family. So true. That whole family forgets their spiritual side. Well, they don't have their spiritual leader to help remind them, do they? I
Nope.
hope Janelle really considers getting a spiritual release also. Yep. I hope he does. And I bet you anything that prophet would be spitting out spiritual releases for everybody in this family, probably with the exception of Robyn. Let's see. Christine said she was not respected in her marriage by Kody. She was not respected as a mom, as a wife, as a sister wife. Kody called her a shit wife. He didn't respect her as a person, an individual, or a woman. But she respects herself now. And she says she started respecting herself when she kicked Kody to the curb, out of her bed and out of her room. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. And for Kody, last week he called her a good time. I thought that was very derogatory.
I was looking at him like, sir, that's still the the mother, one of the mothers of your children.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how I always see things. Like, you know, you didn't like her, she moved on, leave it be.
Okay, so Michelle says she thinks Meri is still acting as if she was on Kody's side is because she had nothing from Cody Pass at the time. No, I disagree wholeheartedly, because that's why you went and got your lawyer, Meri. And that's why you got your accountant to prove how much money you put into the family. I would not be acting like I was on his side after everything that he has said. They let the
Right.
cat out of the bag that Kody contacted her 2 weeks before filming. Whenever Kody gets in touch with Meri, her whole attitude changes. And that is built in programming from this cult. She just needs to stop. And that's why I will not be looking at any sort of worthy up nonsense that she is promoting, because since when has she worthied up at any time? None.
Well, she has, but she's always said that.
No. Jen is not enough.
No, she needs the other two friends.
She sat there and said she didn't know who controlled the finances. And
Yeah.
then told us she had to take her accountant to meet with Kody and Robyn and prove how much she put into the family account. So you still don't know who's in charge of the family accounts?
Yeah. Poor Meri.
Poor Meri, my ass. He did? He did what? Oh, if you're talking about the call, yes, they both admitted that they spoke to each other 2 weeks before the filming of the reunion. Built-in programming. Yes, this is a cult, and it is full of misogynists. And she is just, look, this is a woman who had a never ending list for 20 years of things that she needs to do to make herself worthy enough for Kody's love. For real now? And she kept doing them. That's going to be some hard programming to crack. What do you think about when they were talking about Kody's admission during the season that he had a premarital interlude with someone of the sexual nature, and everybody was laughing about it? Suki asked him, so about this little tryst that you had, and he jumps up and said, I'm not talking about my sexuality. We need to cut this now. What? How did we get there?
Not a clue.
Guilty conscience much?
Just a little.
Is he listening to all of us? To all of us saying that I'm going to blame Peter Mon. Peter said he's in the closet. Is that why they needed Astroglide Robyn? I don't know. I think Meri would take them back if they asked her to come back. Honestly, I think her going to get the release was like an ultimatum to them, saying, hey, take me back before I do this. There's no coming back from this. You don't want me to do this. And they let her go because they didn't think, namely Kody, didn't think that she would get a release, because it's very hard for women in this religion to get a release. And then
Right.
what made him even more surprised and angry was the charge of abandonment. But that's his fault because he didn't show up. Because what they're not going to tell you is when the man shows up and says, she did this, she did that, the prophet usually sides with the man.
Makes sense.
Mormon naughtiness, things that went against his beliefs. And why did he say my sexuality? I don't know. It was a guilty conscience.
It had to be.
Oh, Lord. Hello, Miss O'May. The herbs have for say moo. Oh, my God. It was just very interesting to me that came out of nowhere. Nobody was talking about that. We wanted to know who he was, well, that kind of, we were wanting to know who he was getting down with and when and why and how, and who cares, because like Janelle said, who cares? I was married before. Who cares? Robyn says, I was married before. Who cares? Stop there, sis. I care because weren't you the one, Robyn, who was made to stand in front of all of the children, all of the wives, and your husband and explain how you had sex before marriage and you gave away your valuable, cherished cherry to someone who was unworthy, the father of your children, and crying to all of the children about giving away their precious gift. Who could have made her stand up in front of everybody and the TV cameras and admit such a thing? How much you want to bet that was an early list for her? And was that when, he told you that he fornicated before marriage?
Mm-hmm.
And then he has second thoughts and punished you and made you say all of that nonsense in front of everybody? I still to this day do not believe that she I bet she doesn't realize how insulting that was to her children.
Yes.
But anyway, Maddie had the best expression during that talk. I swear Maddie was sitting there looking eyes wide open like what the hell. Um don't forget all his classmates. Yes. All of his classmates thought he was gay. That's very interesting. It was a dude. I know it. You know it. Everyone knows it. How you know it? How you know it? I don't know nothing. These people are just born again liars. She basically called Dayton a result of, yeah. Yeah. She made everybody think, even during the divorce, not the divorce, the supposed adoption of her three older children. She made her husband seem like the biggest piece of trash. I hope he gets to see his kids again. And like, I hope that like behind the scenes that his kids and him have a good relationship. I really do. Um, there was something else that David said. He doesn't see the point of having there. Hold on. There was something that David said about polygamy. Okay, so Kody says that polygamy doesn't work if you're going to fall in love, and he fell hard. Whatever. Hold on. Where is David? Damn it. Too many notes. David says something to the effect that polygamy breaks the women down by making them fight with each other. And it wears them down to nothing. Like he watched it happen to his sister. He dated a couple of women that were also in polygamy and didn't like it. And that's why he was hesitant to date Christine. I was like, wait, what? I'm still scrolling through my notes to see where I can find it. This was farmers. I'm missing what he said. Oh my gosh, I'm so upset. Does anybody remember what David said?
Oh,
Um,
what he said was he felt like the men in that culture basically thrive off women fighting with each other because it gives them a
yes.
sense of control. It's a
Mm-hmm.
way to keep the women in line. And he said what it does is it really breaks them. It really breaks them down. And he said
Mm-hmm.
he's dated women who left like polygamy was really, really bad. And he said, he started talking to Christine. He was really, really nervous and leery because he thought she was gonna be like the same way. But he's like, I was pleasantly surprised that she wasn't. Like, he's like, I found the
Mhm.
diamond.
Yeah. And Christine also talks about the last time they were in Sedona, and they showed the footage of them at that retreat. And Christine could not find any place to fit herself into the family. The fuck? That was the first and last time that they went to Sedona.
Hmm.
He said he was on the wrestling team, Egyptian costume, so he could wear makeup. It's becoming a pattern with her. Was never going to be a proper sister wife. At least she wasn't pregnant walking down the aisle with kidney. Oh, well, she learned by then. I honestly think that her mother was living with her when she first moved in with them, and I feel like the mother plotted her trajectory to which that she could take over this family and usurp the power base to where she's at. Her mother started the plan with her second husband, and she didn't like she didn't perfect it. She did a good start, but she perfected it and trained Robyn very well.
I agree with that.
um that was heartbreaking footage of the retreat. Kody acts different around guys, like most men act around women, all giggly and adoring, but he doesn't act that way around females. Well, I don't think he would, because he thinks he's superior to females,
Yes,
and he's seeking acceptance from the guys. It's very weird. He's like a puppy. Um. Oh yeah, they were talking about the differences in how they communicated with Kody and what Robyn's secret sauce was. Um. When she asked everyone, "Would you do this again?" Meri said no, but she believes polygamy can work, but she said no. Janelle said no. Christine was like, no. Um, Robyn said under certain conditions, girl, bye. And Kody said no, but she said, would you do it all again? And didn't he say no?
yes, he said no.
But wasn't that saying no to your children? Like, aren't you even happy that you had your children?
I think he is. I just think he wouldn't go through all the lies again.
But look where all of those lies got you, in a $2.3 million home with Robyn.
True.
I think he's losing that part. He would have been broke and busted, living out his coyote ugly dreams on a farm in Wyoming. I don't know. I don't know. You believe her mother did influence her strongly? Yeah, I do. David and Christine was the only one I enjoyed on the last episode because it felt like they were all backtracking. Well, not so much Janelle. You think Janelle too? So done? Um, her mom taught her every step. She'd done the exact same. That's why Robyn was adopted by Uncle Daddy. Fuck. So that's who she said. Remember what Christine was saying, that she was planting seeds and that she knew of plural families who divorced the first wife to marry another wife to adopt a child and all of that. Is that where she's getting it from?
Probably.
Um,
That's my best guess.
Heterosex is off limit to teenagers in that culture, according to the Real Housewives. Only heterosex was technically off limits. I'll leave it. Yes, because that's why they do all the booty bumping. Isn't that what was going on in your Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, Jamal?
No, that was swinging.
But wasn't it booty bumping too? Because
Could have been.
that's not real sex.
You never know. It could have been.
Yes, him saying he wouldn't do it again negates the OG 13. I thought it was just disrespectful. He was just a total turd in this last installment. Um and then he's saying that all of this has broken Robyn. Shut up. Let's see. She wants somebody matching her energy. I don't think I have any more.
Me either. And I do agree. To
Mm,
me, David has the best insight. He really did.
Suki wants to know if Kody is happier then or now. And he started talking about his goals. His goals are still the same, to have a family, working. He's just lost faith. Do you find that Kody is very interesting to, no, not interesting, irritating to listen to? He starts a sentence and then doesn't finish it, veers off into another fragmented sentence, goes into another fragmented sentence, and nothing in the end makes sense. Has anybody else noticed that?
Agreed.
Leaving clothes on means it doesn't count. Oh. Kody's dad divorced and married another wife, yet now Robyn isn't aware of anyone doing this. Wait, Kody's dad divorced one of his wives?
Yes, because he was
No.
married to. His dad was married to Janelle's mom, right?
Yeah, but she was a sister wife. They was all sister wives.
Oh, when you talking about married, I got you. She's talking about married. They married, divorced a legal wife to marry another wife. I see what's going on now.
Oh,
But
I don't
remember,
know.
Robin said she doesn't remember ever mentioning that story. That was
She's
Christine who
lying.
put it out there. We know she's lying. I'm just saying.
But the
She,
season before in the tell all, she said that she knew of families like that. And then she came this season and said, I don't remember saying that.
yes, exactly.
Like somebody's got to start watching TV in that household.
Agreed.
Mm, okay. Um, Janelle seems so happy when Suki told her her farm is like her little eat pray love.
Yes.
She should put out a T-shirt with that. Eat pray love at Tata Farms.
Right?
Um, mm, what did he say? Kody says he wouldn't try this again. He wouldn't miss the pain, but he would have missed the dance. 5 years from now, Christine, him, and Meri will all be getting along just great. But he left out Janelle. The divorce experience is all over, and they're all old.
With with Janelle, I think Janelle hurt him the most, to be honest. Because like you said, that was his pillow talk mate. That was like his best friend. That was his girl. Like his friend, his girl. That was Janelle, not Robin.
No,
We
let
know
me
that.
tell you. Let me tell you. I think after the passing of their son, Janelle said, "Don't fuck with me no more. I don't want to talk to you. Talk to my attorney. I
Yes,
hold you accountable for everything that happened to my son. You are responsible.
I agree.
Period. You're a failure. You are a failure. And he not fucking with her.
I'm saying what I'm saying is I get what you're saying. What I'm saying before that, Janelle hurt him the like the breakdown with Janelle. He feels Janelle hurt him the most because they were like friends. But he never took accountability for the things he did to Janelle and
Yeah.
their children.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the beginning of the end. And we all know that. That was like the beginning of the end. And as like he's saying, what you just brought up after the passing of their son, she wants nothing. She no, absolutely. She's like absolutely not. Lawyers only.
Mm-hmm. And she got all the boys, including Peyton, to block him from her path. I he has such a great opportunity here to make amends,
Yes,
and he squandered it. And it's very sad that he was so ignorant in doing that. Hold on. David and Caleb are the heroes we deserve to watch, not the illiterate fool we're not watching. But we still watching him. That's how a narcissist talks. Oh. I found it very frustrating to listen to him because I talk my notes into the phone. And at times I just stand there and I'm just like, well, what the fuck is he saying? That's why my notes are littered with curse words. Between Kody and Robyn, it's just a waste of time. Her own family did it, and she's clueless. They don't think we're watching. Oh wait, oops, hold on. Um, that's a Garth Brooks song. Okay. Robyn made so many faces in this episode. That's a verse in a Garth Brooks song. What is the verse in the Garth Brooks song? I'm a tourist and an earth mama. She needs a full line of merch saying that. I'm sure she will. She's on tranquilizers to get through the coder coaster. Oh, well, hope she can share them. Anyway, that was the end of the episode. It was, they could have summed this up in two
yes.
parts, but I guess they needed to fill
Ad space.
um, ad space. Yeah, it's all about the ad space.
They're paying them
Um,
more money
yeah,
than they give in the parents.
yeah.
So they have
And I think each of them are up to $45,000 per episode. So they made a tidy sum this season. How much does that work out to? Wait a minute.
one 1.1
Okay, times 29 episodes.
point
Wow. But how many months will, minus taxes, take out 35% to pay the government? That still will not get Kody and Robyn through a year in that home with all of the debt that they have.
yeah.
You know, Cody's a gambler, right? Well, they say he's a gambler. Do you think he might have hit a big jackpot or something that allowed him to sell the old McMansion, buy the new McMansion? Because the old McMansion had so many loans on it, it had no equity. This is weird. This is weird. Um, our lives are better left to chance. I could have missed the pain, but I have to miss the dance. Oh my god, now that you've said that. Even I know that song. I really did not catch that. Thank you, Wendy. He's such a piece of dirtbag. Yes, when Kony said he could have missed the pain of the dance. Wow. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. Anyway, y'all. Jamal is insisting that we do 1,000 pound roomies tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get it turned around in time.
Well, let's play on Thursday then.
Hmm?
Let's just play on Thursday.
Thursday? Okay.
Yeah.
Cuz I'll need to watch it tonight, but I won't be able to get footage to take snips without all the garbage at the bottom until tomorrow. So I can do that tomorrow night and then we can reassemble on Thursday. But Whitney's coming back.
Ah, oh,
Whitney's coming
oh.
back. So we'll have her to look at.
I mean, if we don't have a family dolphin, I don't care.
No, but we have to look at it because she wants to tote a baby. And Jessica's
And
marriage is breaking up.
what?
Yes. Isaiah deleted her from his Instagram. And
What?
his sister, Isaiah's sister, called her out on cheating with some juice head from the gym.
Oh. So again, the side characters will be carrying Whitney's show.
Yes. But I don't know if we're gonna see any of that. All I know is that she said something about toting a baby.
Like, but this is like the fifth season she's been talking about this, so we don't care. Um,
Wait,
yeah, she may not take us on some bum ass trip.
that's true. But I think they're already broke so done. I really do. Wendy wants to know if we're gonna review Virgins. I have missed, I think, the first two episodes. Have you watched any of it?
What is it?
The Virgins.
Who is
Yeah.
this?
Huh?
Another show? Oh gosh.
Look at it on TLC Go or Discovery or Max or whatever
Okay.
you have. But it does come on Monday nights, and I think that's why I forget it because I'm on with Heidi. Um, Monday nights on TLC, Virgins, and it's
Okay.
5 people, boys and girls, of various ages, all the way up to 40s, I think, who have never had sex before. And Love Abroad is coming back too with
Yes.
Harold. Yes, Harold's going to be back on it.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Okay.
So we're going to be
Uh.
busy.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Like, if Virgins is good, we might have to ditch rooms.
We might have to ditch who?
Are we like if we do Virgins, are we ditching anybody? Or are we just gonna make it work? Oh,
We
Sister Wives
can't
is gone.
ditch
Never mind.
roomies. We can't ditch roomies. Let's look at Virgins and see if it's worth it.
Yeah.
All right. And Whitney, well, y'all better watch Whitney because the moment we don't get any traction on Whitney, we are dropping it.
But in fairness, we always get traction on Whitney.
Last season, it went down.
True.
One woman. I will say this. If anyone is watching The Real Housewives of Miami, you need to watch it because this season they're going to Marbella, and it's the same place that Whitney took us to her last season. And you will see how beautiful that city is with a real budget and real people going out and doing stuff other than what Whitney was doing in that beautiful location. Harold, yes. One woman is scared of tampons yet. Let them film a pelvic exam. It reminded me of a stroke. Scary. Oh, Steven. Uh, but she seems okay. on social, so I'm praying it's TLC shenanigans. Let's hope. Let's hope. Okay. I don't like rich people, only train wrecks. Well, rich people is questionable on Miami. Train wrecks is a definite check. Okay. All right, guys. That's it. Jamal, until next time. All right, guys. Bye. Hi, Maxine's Life.